Colonial history of Djibouti and the struggle for independence. Tucked between Ethiopia, Eritrea, and the Red Sea lies the tiny but strategically vital nation of Djibouti, a crossroads of trade, culture, and colonial exploitation. But behind its arid landscapes and bustling ports lies a powerful story of resistance, resilience, and revolution. In this video, we'll explore the colonial history of Djibouti, examine how class struggles shaped the fight for independence, and highlight the essential roles played by women, youths, and ordinary people in shaping the nation's destiny. French colonization begins. Djibouti, known historically as French Somaliland, was colonized by France in the late 19th century. The French saw it as a strategic outpost, a gateway to the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean. Over time, they established military bases, imposed heavy taxation, and introduced a racial hierarchy that privileged Europeans while exploiting the local Afar and Somali populations. Colonialism wasn't just political domination, it was economic extraction on a massive scale. Class structure under colonial rule. Under French rule, Djibouti developed into a colonial port economy. At the top were French administrators and a small group of local elites who benefited from collaboration. But the vast majority, laborers, dockworkers, pastoralists, and fishermen, lived in poverty. They worked long hours in harsh conditions, often without fair pay or rights. These deepening class inequalities became a major source of unrest and fueled the growing desire for self-rule. Early resistance movements. By the mid-20th century, nationalist ideas began spreading across Africa. In Djibouti, early political movements like the Popular Movement for the Liberation of Djibouti (MPLD) emerged, calling for an end to colonial rule. These movements were not just led by intellectuals. They were driven by working-class demands for dignity, better wages, and national sovereignty. The struggle was not only against foreign domination but also against internal oppression. Role of women. Women were central to the anti-colonial movement in Djibouti, though their contributions are often overlooked. Many worked as traders, domestic workers, or informal sector laborers, yet they found ways to resist. Some organized protests against unfair taxes and conscription. Others supported underground networks, hiding activists, and spreading revolutionary messages. Their strength and solidarity sustained communities during times of repression. Youth and students. Youths and students became a powerful force in the push for independence. Inspired by global liberation movements in Algeria, Egypt, and Tanzania, young Djiboutians studied abroad and returned with radical ideas about freedom. Within Djibouti, students formed clandestine groups, published anti-colonial pamphlets, and led demonstrations demanding self-determination. Their energy and courage gave momentum to the broader independence movement. Ordinary people and grassroots mobilization. Beyond formal politics, it was ordinary people, dock workers, herders, and market vendors, who kept the flame of resistance burning. Some refused to work under exploitative conditions. Others boycotted colonial institutions. Still others preserved cultural traditions that resisted assimilation. Their everyday acts of defiance made it impossible for the French to maintain full control, even before formal independence. Path to independence. On June 27, 1977, Djibouti officially gained independence from France. Hassan Guled Abtidon became the first president of the newly sovereign nation. But independence did not come easily. It was preceded by years of pressure from below, from workers' strikes to youth-led protests. While the transition brought new challenges, it marked the culmination of decades of grassroots struggle. Legacy of the struggle. The legacy of Djibouti's independence struggle is complex. While formal colonialism ended, many of the same class inequalities persisted under new rulers. Yet, the courage of women, youth, and ordinary people who stood up against empire remains a vital part of Djiboutian identity. Understanding this history through a class lens reminds us that true liberation is not only about political sovereignty, but also about economic justice and social transformation. From the bustling port of Djibouti City to the rugged hills of the interior, The people of Djibouti have always fought for dignity and self-determination. Their story is not just one of the past, it continues to shape the future of the nation today. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let us know in the comments what other stories from Africa's liberation struggles you'd like to see covered. If we want to understand Djibouti today, we must remember the class struggles of its past and the ordinary people who dared to rise. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through Djibouti's untold history. Drop your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we continue to explore the stories that shaped Africa's past and future. Together, let's celebrate the legacies that define us. Until next time, stay critical and keep questioning.